Hi, how you doing? Oh, it's been a hot, stinky one today, hasn't it? Wow, Nana's melting. So, I know it's really difficult to sleep in this weather, isn't it? But Grandad went back up to Lancaster, and last night had about 2 or 3 hours of just lightning hitting the skies. It was just amazing, he said. So, but we've not had any of that, have we? So, anyway. So tonight's story is called Ian's Useful Collection. So if you're sitting really comfortably, there's the picky. I'm assuming that must be Ian. I will begin. Miss Me taught the youngest children at Allotment Lane School. There were about 20 children in her class, and one of them was a boy called Ian. Now, Ian was most particular about his trousers and always had pockets in them. Whenever he had new trousers, he always said, "I don't mind if they're short trousers to my knees or long trousers to my ankles. I don't mind if they're red, green or brown. But they must have pockets." The boy's name was Ian. Can you guess why Ian had to have pockets? It was to keep things in, of course. But he didn't just keep clean hanky in them. Oh, no. Ian was a collector. Just like the rest of his family, his father collected screws and nails. If he saw any curly screws or sharp nails lying around, he would pick them up and put them in, and look at them and say, "They might just come useful." And then he would keep them in his toolbox. Ian's mother was a collector too. She collected clean paper bags. Whenever she brought shopping home, she would always take things out of their paper bags and say, "What lovely clean paper bags. They might just come in useful." Then she would smooth them out and put them on top of all the other clean paper bags in the kitchen drawer. Ian's big sister was another collector. She collected pictures of pop stars and stuck them all over her walls in her bedroom. Whenever she saw a picture or a poster in a magazine, she'd say, "Oh, that's a great picture. That'll do for my collection." Then she would run upstairs and try and find space for it on her bedroom wall. Ian didn't collect screws or nails, or paper bags, or pictures of pop stars. He collected anything at all that was interesting and fitted into his trouser pockets. When he was very, very little, he once collected a pocket full of snow. You can guess what happened to that, can't you? One morning, Ian set out for school. He had clean trousers on, so his pockets were quite empty. He walked along, as he usually did, with his head bent so that he could look for interesting things on the ground as he walked along. First thing he spotted was a strong, thick rubber band. He knew who dropped rubber bands. The postwoman. She often walked along the road with a bundle of letters, and Ian had seen her slip the rubber band off the bundle and drop it on the path. He picked it up and put it in his pocket. Next he saw a very flat, round pebble. It was like the pebbles Ian had seen on the beach at the seaside. It was lovely to hold, cool and smooth, and Ian put it in his other pocket. He walked a little further, still looking. Then he noticed a silver safety pin. It was shining in the sunshine and wasn't at all dirty or rusty, so Ian picked it up and put it in the pocket with the rubber band. The next thing his sharp eyes noticed was a matchbox. It was quite clean and new. Ian opened it and sniffed. It smelled just like matches, a funny smell that made his nose wrinkle. He was very pleased with the empty matchbox, and he put it into his pocket with the rubber band and the safety pin. He nearly missed seeing a long piece of green string near the hedge. He picked it up, rolled it round his fingers, and put it in his pocket with the smooth, cool pebble. Now he was nearly at the school gate. He began to jog along, kicking a tiny broken piece of red brick in front of him. And then he thought, "I suppose that might come in useful too." Not sure what for, though. So he picked it up and put it in his pocket with the rubber band and the safety pin and the matchbox. Now he had collected 6 things on his way to school, and he was very pleased with himself. He ran into the playground feeling cheerful. Now, you'll hardly believe it, but every single thing in Ian's pockets came in useful that day at school. And it happened just like this. When Ian went into the classroom, the first person he saw was Miss Me, watering the daffodils in their bowls. "They're getting rather tall, poor things." She said, we'll have to tie them to a stick so they don't bend right over. She fetched a very old paintbrush that wasn't used anymore. You can tie them with my string, said Ian. Just the thing, said Miss Me, and she tied the daffodils to the stick with Ian's piece of green string. After that, Laura's skirt strap came loose. She came to show Miss Me. My mum will kill me, said Laura. Of course she won't, said Miss Me. We'll mend it somehow. She looked round, wondering how to mend it. Can you pin it together with my safety pin, said Ian. Just the thing, said Miss Me, and she pinned Laura's skirt strap with the skirt with Ian's shiny silver safety pin. Not long before playtime, Mary felt a bit sick. She said she felt too hot and had a headache. Miss Me told her to sit down and rest her head on the table. You can put my nice smooth pebble next to your head if you like, offered Ian. Just the thing, said Miss Me, and Mary thought that was a good idea too. She held the cool flat pebble next to her hot forehead. It cheered her up a lot. During playtime, Michael's tooth came out. He brought it in to show Miss Me. She said he could take it home and put it under his pillow. I might lose it, said Michael. You can put it in my matchbox if you like, said Ian. Just the thing, said Miss Me, and Michael put his little white baby tooth into Ian's clean matchbox. Afterwards they went to play in the playground. Miss Me showed them how to play hopscotch on the big flagstones. First you have to write numbers on the stones, she said. Bother, I've not brought any chalk outside with me. Could you go inside and get a piece, Ian? You can use my bit of red brick if you like, said Ian, showing Miss Me his little piece of red stone. Just the thing, said Miss Me, and she scratched the numbers in red on the grey flagstones. I wonder if you know what Ian had left in his pocket now. Everyone came indoors after that. Today it was Ian's turn for painting. He loved painting and he took ages over it. When it was finished and dry, Miss Me held it up for everyone to see, and Ian showed them the Batmobile and Batman and Robin driving away from Catwoman. Everyone thought it was a great picture. Miss Me rolled it up very carefully and gave it to Ian to carry home. Ian took the strong, thick rubber band out of his pocket. Miss Me helped him put it round his lovely picture. Just the thing, said Ian and Miss Me together, and they both laughed. Well, fancy that. All those things he found came in useful all day long through school. How amazing. So should we have a look at the picture again? You see all those things in his pockets? Wow. So that was good, wasn't it? So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you do sleep well tonight. I love you loads and loads and loads. So yeah, be really, really good, and try and just snuggle without your quilts on and everything, and just keep nice and cool. I love you loads, and I'll read you another story tomorrow. So sleep well. I love you loads, Atty. I love you loads, Torben. I love you loads, Ruby, and I love you loads, Max. Be good. See you tomorrow. Bye.